Myself? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, yes, I do.
Like, not really, I guess.
Not that many.
I've had a couple of really good friends who've actually gone through depression.
Not as far as I know. People around me seem to be pretty happy with where they are.
I do know depressed people at Yale.
I think so. I mean, well, obviously, like, people don't just come up to you and say, oh, I'm depressed.
I could see that being true.
I definitely have seen that.
I think everyone goes through periods of depression.
American, I do feel like it's something that is particularly prevalent among the Asian American community.
A lot of my best friends in high school were Asian, and just culturally their parents were much more strict and gave them a lot less freedom, and so that was frustrating for them.
I think that a lot of Asian American parents can be maybe, you know, a little more strict.
When you're raised, like, at least for me, like, raised Chinese American, you don't really tend to talk about your feelings very much. Like, you're supposed to really, like, just put your head down, do your work, really that kind of attitude, and, like, feelings aren't really talked about.
I mean, I just think that Asians probably don't show as much. I think they might have some sort of problems, but because of, I guess, culture, because of, like, family and tradition, like, they don't really want to show weakness.
I think there's a lot of expectations that people, Asian American people specifically, feel that they have to fulfill.
Strongly influenced by Confucianism, put a lot of emphasis on education, so that might result in more pressure so from the side of the family.
Culturally isolated, especially if they're like second generation.
For me, in my family at least, it's like work hard. You know, you don't have any problems. Everyone else in the world has much, I mean, there are people who have much more difficulties in life than you do, so just appreciate what you have, which is a great attitude, but it doesn't necessarily encourage speaking about problems that you might have too.
I think a lot of their parents put a lot of their dreams, their unfulfilled dreams, sort of onto their children's.
Familial stress, the drive to succeed, the desire to overachieve. I guess from a very young age we're taught to be successful in life, we're taught to do special things and try and make ourselves better than everybody else.
You know the feeling you get when you wake up in the morning and you dread your very consciousness. A new day lies ahead, like the blank ceiling above you, but the thought of going through it all sends your heart pounding with fear. So this is the Yale dream. I don't know when this morning's struggle became a daily ritual. In high school, Yale was everything I'd ever dreamt about. I worked hard, I made friends, and I was happy. I had a sense of direction, security. But now I'm here. So what comes next? It is an illusion that youth is happy, but the young know they are wretched, for they are full of the truthless ideals which have been instilled into them, and each time they come in contact with the real, they're bruised and wounded. My parents want me to be successful. Lawyers are successful. So are doctors and bankers. They want me to have a better life than they did. And so I carry on with their dreams. And there are much more important things than what I want. What do I want? What is the one thing worth living for? I don't know, and so I keep going, rushing through life as the whole world speeds past in a colorful blur. I just want life to stand still. In times of stress, I tell myself to be bold and valiant. Does suffering ennoble the character, like my parents tell me? I don't know, and so I keep going. Good grades, extracurriculars, a good resume, internships, employment, getting married before you're old, settling in. I am a walking cliche. Each one of us is alone in the world. We try to convey to others the treasures of our heart, but they do not have the power to accept them. And so we go, lonely, side by side, but not together. I keep my silence. I indulge in small talk. I smile. I keep on keeping on. How does the rest of the world keep up with this hypocrisy? The need to put a smile over sorrow. To be someone you're expected to be. I am 20 and already exhausted. My stomach kills and my head hurts. I guard in my heart emotions bursting to be let out. Unmentionable. Embarrassing. Trivial. What's wrong with me? I wish everything could go back to the way it was. I just want to make sense of things. I just want to fix this.
I think those sort of problems, you just like to talk about it, because once you're getting out into the open, then it's a lot easier to deal with, whether it's to your friends or also to doctors.
I think the best way is to start a conversation about it. The worst thing is if you have all this pressure on you is to keep it internalized. If you let it out, if you tell your friends what's going on, they can only help you.
Always just talking to people is a good thing.
Making time for them.
As somebody who understands where they're coming from, still encouraging them to pursue exactly what they are interested in and exactly what they feel will bring them the most joy.
You know, look at life a little less seriously, not try to stress over academic concerns, you know. Make a joke out of whatever is making them feeling very sad, because, you know, I think life is ultimately absurd.
Have sort of an outlet where you can talk to people.
If you're like proactive and you just go out, even like going walking in a park, like those like small things like that.
So, you know, friendship, I think that helps a lot, and just understanding that we're here for each other.
There's like a lot more to life. If you're upset with someone, like you should think about like the good times that you've had with them, and like make sure that you calm down before you talk to people.
I mean, just be there for them, like any other problem.